served with then Lieutenant Colonel Petraeus in the 101st Airborne, the Screaming Eagles.
Right.
Here on our team, we call Joe Nadolski the surgeon because of his attention to detail. Me, on the other hand, Joe Wasito, I'm the butcher.
And because I'm so sick, I must be the patient. For all those watching this video who have served, thank you once again for your service.
Starting with Colonel Coleman. United States Marine Corps Logistics Air Wing.
Look out to your right of the plane. You see how shiny that wing is? That's because of him. You did that. You did that.
Okay, and picking up with our class. So, what we're doing in Cyberveteran, literally a hip pocket class, as they taught me to do, an infantry officer's course, which we'll get to in a second. This is class 1 of 13, first hour of orientation. Sent out the business plan, which I'll put in the Google Drive for those of the students who sign up with our email. We'll send out the QuickBooks file, the QuickBooks file for a 501c3, as well as for a for-profit business.
You gotta push that side down and lift it up.
We will do the set-asides for the Disabled Veteran Business Enterprise and veteran-owned business. And we'll start setting for the Series 65, which most students will be able to do by going on to Investopedia to just get started. Now, I'm going to give credit to S&P 500 component companies, JP Morgan Chase, Goldman Sachs, which we recommend for banking. Now with Goldman Sachs having a brand called Marcus, we'll be able to open that with $1 just for retail banking. S&P 500 components, Google, Facebook, Microsoft for the technology which we use. The books we're going to use, focus on, are Dan Senor, Startup Nation, about Israel as a model for entrepreneurship, and the analogy being that the 1st Marine Division is like Israel, as well as the 1st Marine Expeditionary Force, 2nd MEF, 3rd MEF, and all the great Army divisions like the 101st Airborne. Collins, Good Great, the leading book on entrepreneurship by one of my Stanford MBA professors. The United States Marine Corps Professional Military Education Reading List. We're going to distribute this, generally speaking, to Jewish organizations, Jesuit organizations, including the 250 Jesuit schools globally, the Department of Defense, all the state schools like UT, UC, and we'll send it out confidential, password protected. And we're going to give credit, most importantly, to an S&P component, Home Depot, which is literally donating the materials that we are putting in. I'm going to give credit to Infantry Officers Course. Big shout out to USMC Infantry Officers Course. It's the best school I've ever attended. We're going to scan in all the handouts. Here's the pliers. All right. Chris Lowney, book called Heroic Leadership, about the Jesuit schools. A book called Spy Schools, which is a good technology book. A book called on the Joint Special Operations Command, which the name will come back to me here in a second. Jack Schwager, Market Wizards, about trading, since this course will be directed towards people who are going to go into the investment advisory business. T.E. Lawrence, 7 Pillars of Wisdom, because we love that counterinsurgency stuff. And Jennings, whose book on securities law I will be referencing. This particular book, because we're going to go into securities regulation, a civil action, and all of the Owen West and Bing West books, such as The Pepper Dogs, one of Bing West's minor books out of the 10 books that he's published. And I'll give a special mention also to a timeless book about geopolitics now, Dereliction of Duty by H.R. McMaster, also known as the National Security Advisor to the President. A book called Fields of Fire by Jim Webb, the best book of the Vietnam War by a future U.S. Senator, future relative at the time that he published this. And with that, we will close up this class of Cyberveteran.